Hi, this is Carvi Rana from Logistics Insider, and with me is Mr. Rituparna Chaturvedi. He's Head of Healthcare and Chemical Vertical at DSV Air and Sea. Welcome to CCUB 2024, sir. Let's first talk about packaging, because packaging is, I think, the theme of the event as well this year. We're putting a lot of focus on packaging. So what are the most exciting packaging innovations that you are currently offering to your cold chain clients?
Okay, no, very good question, very relevant question, I would say, because the concept of this particular event, which is CCUB, started with basically offering a robust and a more, say, performing packaging, cold chain packaging for the customers. Now, if I look at the era, the journey which we have covered now, we are talking about the advanced cold chain packaging systems. We are talking about something which is performing for more than 7 days and trying to protect all the critical pharma shipments, which is basically a life-saving products for the various customers across the globe. So we have actually offered those advanced material packaging like the vacuum insulation panel. Now we have the honeycomb structure, the panel systems, which are basically acting as the insulation for those packaging. And then there are like many innovations on the refrigerant sides. So basically refrigerants, any packaging, a cold chain packaging is basically made up of only two things, which is one is the insulation, then the other part is basically the refrigerant. So the property of the insulation will be like, actually they will like limit the heat transfer from the ambient area inside the container or the packaging, and the refrigerant creates that kind of atmosphere like for the required temperature range. So we are talking about now PCM. Now within the PCM also there are many innovations which are happening, which are making it more friendly and ease of use for the customers, making it lighter in weight, making it more condensed in a condensed, so that it performs better, and it is always like easier to basically to condition that in the environment, so that that process can work very fast and can be a success for the customers.
So sir, we're talking about technology and the innovations. It is very crucial to make the right choice of packaging for your product as well, especially if you're looking to minimize spoilage, rather eliminate spoilage. So it must be a task for customers to choose between active, passive, or now hybrid packaging and make the right choice for their product. So how are you, consulting your clients, and how do you help them choose the right packaging for them?
No, good. So while we talked about the packaging part, we have seen that there is a number of players, innovative players, which has come in this field to offer their own, say, a designed packaging, and there is a this is a continuous improvement cycle. Now, as you asked, like now out of this range, the portfolio of these packaging which are there in the market, like which one works for which type of the product or the requirement, that becomes a question from all the various customers, because now they get confused, they get like which one to be used for which particular lane. So as a head for the healthcare and chemical, my role is basically to guide the customer to use an optimal packaging for that particular lane. Neither it should be an over packaging, nor it should be an under packaging, because it has to be absolutely accurate to the requirement what the customer's product and so what we do is like we follow a lane risk assessments. So that is basically a part of the pre-shipment procedures, like when we get the requirement from all the various customers that they have X amount of the product which has to travel all the way to, say, a Y destination. We incorporate and input all that data into a system, and which gives us a lane risk assessment document, which talks about the severity of the risk at the various stages while the shipment will be moving from point A to point B. Now, basis on that particular risk severity and the criticalness of the product, then we discuss with the customers that yes, if it is a journey which is going to be completed in, say, more than 7 days, maybe it has 2 hopping points in between. That is where we try to offer something which should be a hybrid, which should be self-sustaining and self-recharging, so that it should be performing for more than 7 days while the shipment is still in the journey, and then it gets delivered successfully within the limits, within the defined temperature ranges.
So, sir, you have been associated with CCUB since its inception. You've been a crucial part of this event. How have you seen CCUB evolve in these years?
Yeah, so I'll just take you, it refreshes my memory. While you said that it is CCUB, but when I associated with this, that this was actually UBCC. So that is where the journey started, and it's quite I would say refreshing, those memories for me, because this was a idea which was born out of a small event which we just organized for few customers. And but the anticipation from the customer side, the customer feedback was such where they want us to take a lead to conduct this on the annual basis, because the topics which we have covered, the people whom we have invited, so that was all connecting the dots. So the whole idea was basically to bring all the stakeholders under one platform, because when we talk about any say logistics or say a shipment which is moving, or maybe we have the face to the customer is basically the logistics company, whereas the shipment actually goes through the various stakeholders. Like there are airports involved, there is a transporter which is get involved, then you have the GHA, then you have the carriers, and at the same thing at the destination part. So this, whatever we agree as a SOP with that particular respective customer needs to be incorporated with the other stakeholders also. So that was the whole ideology of this particular event.
Well, thank you so much for your time, sir. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.